You're such an asshole.
Dear Cappy, is red pill knowledge dangerous? I'm going to put it right now. The truth is never dangerous. It might be dangerous for some people. And if you've lived a lie your entire life, some people have pointed this out. I'm not the only one, but people like Red Turd Flinging Monkey and Thinking Ape, they've pointed out that if you pull someone out of an environment too quickly, kind of like detoxing for an alcoholic, it can kill you. They can't handle it. But generally speaking, the truth is never dangerous. Dangerous for bad people or dumb people, but for the person seeking truth, it's never dangerous. Living the lies, believing the lies, that's dangerous. Ask the millennials who have wasted their entire youth now following lies and not seeking truth. They desperately wanted to believe in free shit with no consequences theory. They desperately want to believe in the leftist socialist horse shit their boomer parents, teachers, and guidance counselors and professors told them, and the media. Right? And we're talking red pill beyond application to the sexes, though certainly it applies there too. It's the old school matrix scene. You want the truth or do you want the lies? Pretty lies, you get to eat the steak. The truth is harsh, but over time you're going to do better. I mean, the Matrix presented hey, the blue pill, you're just in this magical la-la land. As long as you take this blue pill, you'll still be in the la-la land for your entire existence. You won't even know about the horrific horrors of the machine underworld. That's not how the real world works. The real world will always come for you, and it will immediately start taking its toll and its tax on you. This is why you look at people who believe in generally, not always, but generally Democrats, especially feminists, though, they don't want to believe in reality. They want to believe in some bullshit that the way I was born is the most important thing in my entire life, or I'm entitled to free shit and I don't have to work for a living. How's it? The rest of the world don't abide by that. The real world comes for you. So it is absolutely important. It is not dangerous, except for a few people just can't handle it. You can't handle the truth. The truth is always nowhere near as dangerous as the lies. Always. So you say, is red pill knowledge dangerous? I just call it the truth. The harsh truth. So it can be for some people, for some more weak people who can't handle the truth. And then they're well, I mean, there's a perfect example. Let me give you a story. Now, I'm going to tell you a story. There was a guy out near Lake Minnetonka, which is the rich part of the Twin Cities area. And he was a dude, bro. And he was running some kind of online medical website. And he didn't have success. He had popularity. He had traffic. He had sales. Don't think he had profit. Well, he blew up so much in terms of popularity, not profit. He got funding. He got financing. Other people gave him money to run this business and heavily towards profitability. And he mistook that investment as my money. I'm successful, bro. And what did he do with not his money? He went and he bought a house in the suburbs and a boat, and he's a big time bro. And as many, many people who came across my desk when I was a banker in those times, wanting to be real estate investors, bro, business manager, bro, business, bro. Bunch of fucking posing entrepreneurs who never had a fucking penny of profit. Just want to live that lifestyle, bro. This guy was more notable. So he had the fake life. Everything was on other people's money or borrowed money. And then one day, the main financier didn't extend his money anymore and demanded repayment. And it all came collapsing down. Now, most people fall for bankruptcy and get on with life. This guy decided to murder his family. Look it up. Like, including himself. Those are weak minds. Weak minds can't handle the truth. And yeah, it might be dangerous to them. I argue, well, then shouldn't weak minds kind of be, evolutionarily speaking, aren't they kind of going to self-purge? You're not going to be able to handle if you can't handle the real world, you can't handle the real world. Fine. Now, you shouldn't take your fucking innocent family with you. I grant you that. So, yes, sometimes the truth is dangerous to weak-minded people who lie to themselves and are so wrapped up in their own thing that they can't have any other life but the life that they insisted on having. But based on the number of people who walk across the street instead of along the street, I'm going to guess a lot of it. I don't see a lot. Most people can handle harsh truths. They're going to handle they and their lives suck. They might continue still living in the delusion, but I think most people can handle the truth. They may not like it, and they may never abide by it, but they will sustain it. So it's very, especially why the focus is on younger people. For God's sake, you kids cannot afford to listen to these lies the parents and teachers and guidance counselor professors are telling you. Follow your heart and the money will follow. You get to do whatever you want. Are you fucking joking me? You buy this thing, now you're going to be popular and get laid? I don't know. That's why I wrote the book, How Not to Become a Millennial, because it goes through all the lies that they were told, all the blue pills they took. If you want, go get that book. It's a great book to prevent you guys from sustaining the lies. What I'm probably also going to, I'll probably link down below The Dad You Never Had. I don't have it linked below either of them, but go look at it. But let's just be very clear right now. Everyone who's been following lies have fucking shitty lives, and they're still alive. It's whether you're going to get close and comfy and embrace the truth or not. That's the difference between failed people and successful people. Successful people accept reality, no matter how harsh. Weak people who can sustain the pain by not abiding the truth, they just pout and complain, and I need more of other people's money. It's not fair. Like, that's a fucking life. So red pill knowledge is not dangerous. It is liberating. The truth shall set you free, except for, I would say, aberrant or particularly weak or egotistical minds who cannot abide the fact that I'm not a rich, successful banker, bro, and I got to take my family with me. All right, that's an extreme example. I think, thankfully, it's the rarest of examples. So generally, no, it's not dangerous. I used to be perplexed about how individuals who have such a negative opinion about humanity. I never thought it would be possible for a person to hate their own species. I would have thought that such a person had to have some kind of mental illness and belonged in a psych ward. I had never heard of a misanthrope until I started listening to you 2 years ago. Sandman here was the first red pill channel I started listening to. I did go through the stages of red pill rage, but it was brief since I've never had a relationship. Wasn't really concerned about having one either. Like, but over time, listening to you went from a negative view of women to a negative view of humanity. Good. This is progress. You're making progress. You're more accurately assessing the reality around you. Maybe it is because of this negative view why I don't fear AI or worry about the consequences of trying to replace the opposite sex, or the red pill became if the red pill became mainstream, what do you think the consequences would be? Do you think it would accelerate the decline? We'll like a video response. All right, link below is enjoyed the decline, except in living with the death of the United States. And also, I don't have a link. I might have to add a lot of links. What do I think the consequences would be if the red pill became mainstream? It's called A World Without Men, an analysis of an all-female economy. Go look that up. Now that's through through the angle or the perspective of the sexual relations breaking down between men and women. But that is exactly what would happen if everyone red pill became mainstream. That's what would happen. A World Without Men. Go read it if you want. It's an economic analysis. But you bring up I think your concern in the red pill being dangerous. You're starting to say, well, is it dangerous as a threat to, oh God, there's a lot of things going on here. Let's go through it chronologically, and then I'll answer your concern about, is it dangerous to society? Well, if society ain't living in reality, doesn't reality have the right to come in and smite humanity? But let's talk about you individually and your relationship with the truth and reality in society. Okay? because I think this is going to be helpful on a practical level for individual people. Because I don't want you to be angry. I don't want you hating society and being angry about it. I want you to more accurately understand humankind, especially where you live, why misanthropy at times is called for, but why you need to be a misanthrope only in situations that call for it, where it's merited, not because it's a philosophy. All right. So you say, I would have never thought it possible for a person to hate their own species. I would have thought that such a person had to have some kind of mental illness and belonged in a psych ward. Never heard of misanthropy until I started listening to you 2 years ago. Sandman was the first red pill channel I started listening to. I did go through the stages of red pill rage, but it was brief since I never had a relationship, wasn't really concerned about having one either. But over time, listening to you, I went from a negative view of women to a negative view of humanity. All right. So you may be concerned. All right. You got a lot of people that hate humanity, they hate society. Is that dangerous? That's the wrong question. Does society deserve hatred? Does society deserve misanthropy? And here's where we got to delineate and discriminate. Which society are you talking about? Which group of humans? Because when I went to the Philippines, people were very nice. When I spent time with my grandparents, the World War II generation, very nice, very good people. And what I think you and everyone in my audience, because we're generally Western civilization, although there's other people in other countries where certainly you have a reason to hate your community, your culture. We are in Western civilization. And generally speaking, that culture, especially within the United States, Americans generally deserve hatred and contempt. This is not because I hate Americans or people that happen to fit in this border. It's because of their behaviors. They are generally, not always, generally a despicable people, a lazy people, a group of people who are looking to fuck over everybody else to make some money with the least amount of work possible. No one raises their fucking children. Everyone views their children. I mean, look at what they did to the millennials. We essentially turn our children into a slave class. We're paying Social Security, Medicare, vote for the taxes, vote for this, enslave you to the corporations, get a house, We treat our community, our people, the humans within the United States are generally bad people. I don't know how else you would describe it. Are there good people within it? Of course there is. Are there generally neutral people who leave people alone but aren't the greatest and the best? Yes, of course. But generally, the majority of Americans are parasitic, they're bad, they're evil, they're lazy, and they take from others. They lessen other people's lives. They are not a net positive to society, they're a net negative to society. And the only conclusion I would say you can make is to be misanthropic towards bad people. And let me point out where I think the majority of you probably have already formed your opinions of people. How were all the kids you went to school with, K through college? What has been your experiences from 5 years old to an adult? What was that like? What were those people like? I could tell you right now, back in the day, most of them were shit. Most of them aren't most of them aren't worth pissing on. Okay, that was back in the day. Okay, people grow up. I look at it now. I'm sorry. What's been your experiences going to work with coworkers and bosses? Did the bosses lie about the job description? Yes, they did. Did they require way too much education and force you to go to school and be a slave to student loan debt? Yes, they did. Are your coworkers all showing up on time, carrying the weight, or is it all backstabbing Game of Thrones bullshit? Oh, okay. So I'm going to presume your experiences were similar to mine, although I was in banking, so obviously more contemptible. But most of the people in my profession, can't say it, but aren't worth pissing on. They're bad, inferior people. Talk about dating, romance. Holy fuck, we don't even have to get into that. You show me marriage material people on either side. We don't have to discuss that. That's done and over with. Let's just talk about going out and conducting fucking basic commerce, basic living. Here, it's not that they're malicious or evil. A lot of times they're just incompetent and they're lazy, which I would consider evil. But can I get a mechanic to fix the fucking car right the first time? I had a buddy where the Zoomer mechanic didn't do the oil, didn't tighten down the oil plug, leaking oil all the way out on his nice car. Are these people worth going to war for? Are these people worth my time investing in? I can't buy a fucking shirt without something going wrong. And I'll argue all day with anyone who wants to. Someone wants to defend American people in terms of quality, caring, people that are worth investing in. I'll argue against you all day. All I see is a nation of parasites trying to parasite off of each other. It's everyone with strap-ons trying to fuck everybody else in the ass. That's been my experience. And I would argue you're not mentally wrong. Maybe you're just optimistic or idealistically hopeful. But I would say you are definitely wrong to not be a misanthrope. If you actually like Americans, you like what this country and the people have become, you're wrong. You're just fucking wrong. Right? Most people in the United States are worthy of contempt. Most people in the United States are worthy of misanthropy. And that is the correct approach to have, the correct viewpoint of humans to have when humans are pieces of shit. If I was treated nicely, if I was treated kindly in the community, if I was not lied to about job prospects and job descriptions, if I didn't have the fucking media saying, you're a bad person because you got a dick and you got white skin and hardworking people are bad. If I didn't have all that shit, I might have a different opinion. But no, seriously, all of you sit down and think about this for a second. How has society treated you? Going to guarantee you, on average, scale of 1 to 10, 10 being, oh my God, they worship me and suck my dick. And 1 like, holy shit, this is contemptible and da-da. It's going to be in the onesie twosie range. You have probably been treated like shit most of your life by the people in this country. So I would say misanthropy is the only logical self-respecting answer to your question. So it's not an immoral thing. It might be dangerous for society. I say it is because it's going to collapse. You can't have a community that's always antagonistic and try and fuck each other in the ass with strap-on dildos. Painting of America should look like that. But whether or not that's dangerous, let's stop right now. You're right. You're right to be misanthropic. You're right to be a misanthrope. Now, that being said, there's 2 caveats. You can't paint everybody like that. You have to judge everyone on an individual basis. Now, thankfully, you're not going to meet everyone, but in your trials and tribulations, this is why people say, man, you're such a pissed off guy on the internet. Yeah, but I meet people individually and I decide from there. And you will find good people. They're not the majority. It'll take a while to find some, but there are good people out there. And then you treat them kindly as they treat you. Right? And you're going to have to, because you need to get by with other humans in life. You can't just be some pissed off hermit in the woods. Although that was what Schopenhauer did. And he seemed to be pretty content with himself. Although he was banging a lot of girls. I read a little bit more about his personal life. I'm like, yeah. The other thing is you can't apply this globally because the United States and the West in general is just one culture, one country in a world of many. And, someone comes off the boat or you go overseas, you can't assume that there are a bunch of people that are trying to screw you over. And so I would not lose faith in all of humanity. I think we're just spoiled, rotten brats. Good times create weak people. We're in obviously the weak people stage right now. So I wouldn't say, God dang it, all humans are like this. But I would definitely say, hey, this is definitely happening here. These people are not worth my time, and I should go find some other people who are worth my time. I should find a community or a culture or a spouse who is worth my time. But at no point in time should you say, "Oh my God, is misanthropy dangerous?" No, having a bunch of people with strap-on dildos trying to fuck each other in the ass, and that's the foundation of their economy and community, that's dangerous. That community won't last too long. All right. So maybe it's why, because this negative view, why I don't fear AI or worry about the consequences trying to replace the opposite sex. If the red pill became mainstream, what do you think the consequences would be? Do you think it would accelerate the decline? All right. So here it's a kind of a cart before the horse kind of deal. There are laws of nature. You have to work. You have to produce more calories of food than what you consume. You have to build food, clothing, and shelter. You can't just lie around and parasite off of everybody else. And it happens in points in time where a society or a country, uh, through typically tremendous amounts of wealth and conquering, gets so soft uh, that they no longer or temporarily no longer have to abide by the laws of reality. And it's always inevitably, let's get slaves or let's not work. We just eat our grapes, kind of late Roman Emperor collapse kind of deal like that. Uh, if you are not adhering to reality, if you are deviating from truth, I'm not talking like a religious truth, I'm talking an economic truth. That culture, society, group, whatever, country will collapse and deserves to collapse because they are not abiding by the truth, by the red pill. Right. So you're saying, what if the red pill went mainstream? What the red pill went mainstream and the normies, conformities, and the figures start saying, hey, my God, we got to work and pay off our debts. Well, then that society would be safe because we're going back to the rules of nature and law that we got to operate by. Right. So again, the red pill or the truth is rarely, if ever, dangerous. Continuing to believe the lie, that's dangerous. And so when you say if society woke up to the red pill, meaning the majority of people, they'd wake up, we'd course correct, we'd have kind of like this, after the Great Depression, man, we got to work hard in World War II and let's become an industrial powerhouse, that kind of thing. You might have that. But when you say red pill now, what I think would happen more practically played out, and this is why I said before it'd be a world without men, you're going to see men typically adopt the red pill before women because, well, frankly, women are more propagandized too. They're told more lies. By all people, men, I mean, really, everyone wants to fuck them. I don't just mean men. Men will lie to women because they want to fuck them. Democrats will lie to women because they want their votes. Corporations will lie to women because they want cheaper labor and they want them to spend money. Banks will lie to women because they want them in debt, and the corporations also want them debt as their employers do it, just like guys. And then colleges and universities want to lie to women and fuck them because they want the tuition money. Girls will go into debt for that, right? And just try and tell a girl to major in engineering or lose weight or anything that would actually be good for her, and you're yelled at, and it's okay, fine. You're unsellable on truth. I can't tell you the truth. You'll fucking get me fired or canceled or scream and fine. Do your thing. So what's more likely going to happen, which is already happening, men are much more receptive to the red pill. And this is the premise of my book, A World Without Men, because if only half the people go red pill, but the other half says, no, we want to keep living the lie. And the rules by which society operates does not change to be congruent with reality, with the red pill. This is key, that the percent of the population that has become red pill will not participate in a society without red pill, without truthful rules and laws. All right. And that's what's happening now. So it kind of depends. If all of society wakes up and says, whoa, we got to get a balanced budget amendment, term limits, we're cutting the welfare state, people got to work, no more fake diagnoses of autism or Asperger's in government checks. Shit, we need cops. And we can't arrest men who save people in subways. If that were to go back to rules based in reality and everyone in the red pill, everyone was true, like, oh shit, we got to really do some shit here, then society would be safe. But If you have it where it's more likely now, where one group of people are going to be red pill, like, whoa, shit, we gotta do this other stuff, but through voting in a democracy, which is why it's very interestingly a Western phenomenon that's happening. No, we still want the free shits. And no, you're all bad, and we're gonna make woke shit. We're gonna have these bullshit rules. The people who are red pill aren't going to play by those rules. They will become misanthropic. They won't invest in the community because why would you? And they're just going to go Galt or Atlas Shrugged, or they're not going to participate. You see that happening. And so what's likely going to happen, because we're not a country or a society that's all communally going to get together and say, oh shit, we got some major fundamental problems we got to work on. Yeah, you're right. You're right. The emperor has no clothes. If you still have a bunch of people that says the emperor has clothes, and here are the rules, and by God, you're going to go to jail if you say the emperor doesn't have clothes, the red pill section is going to shut down because they at least got themselves. And that is what's going to happen here. The people are going to look, the red pill people, the truthful people are going to look at the perfect mental state people, the blue pill people, whatever you want, the ideologues, the utopians, and they'll be like, no, okay, whatever. We got an election coming up, so we're going to kind of see which way we're generally going to go. Not saying a Trump election is going to result in anything practical, but you'll see where society says, do you want truth or do you want lies? I think we're going to go with lies, generally speaking. And then the red pill people are going to continue on doing their thing. Like, nope, we're shutting down. In this particular instance, the red pill is going to be bad for all humanity because the red pill people are the producers, generally speaking, at this moment in time. And that's why men are going their own way, going Galt. A lot of women also, I mean, they're not as common, but a lot of gals like, no, I'm not having kids. No, I'm going to major in engineering, but I'm not paying attention. There are conservative, libertarian, not leftist women, not woke women. And at this moment in time, it uniquely happens to be that men produce, what is it, 62% of 60% of GDP, all GDP. But keep in mind, all GDP means stupid shit that don't really matter, like Range Rovers and granite countertops. If you look at real GDP, like the shit that matters, depending on how much real and you could go get a world without men, you're looking at 75, 80%. If you look at critical infrastructural shit, we're at 90%. Like, we just make the roads, ladies. Sorry. We do all that lights and sewage and shit. That's us. If that goes below a critical level, the whole system will collapse. And you know what's going to happen? There'll be a collapse. It's going to be bad for humanity. It's going to be bad for everyone. I mean, we got a boat. It's sinking, but we got a boat. And the red pill say, we should plug the holes. No, don't plug the holes. You're a Marxist. No, you're a Nazi fascist if you plug the holes. All right. The boat will sink. The red pill people probably have some lifeboats. They're set. They're prepared more than we're all going to suffer. But then as a society collapses, yes, there'll be great, tremendous suffering and death and disease and all that other crap and war. But at the end of the day, guess what? They're going to go back to the reality. Humans are going to have to start abiding by whatever comes after a societal collapse. You're going to have to abide by the laws of nature. And in a grand evolutionary sense, that's fine. You can't have a group of humans that are like, I just deserve free shit. You can't have a group of humans making up mental disorders or lying about having them so they can get a government check. You can't have Americans. You can't have all the Walmart pigs walking around weighing 250 pounds. That's not sustainable. And a society that, or a group of humans that like, what would they branch off from the main evolutionary history of humans? You branch off into this fat, bloated, diabetes, infected, parasitic thing. That branch dies, and it doesn't deserve to continue on. And so, is it dangerous? Yeah, for that aberrant, non-sustainable, weird, fucked up mutant version of humans, it's dangerous for them. But for people like basic, simple, yeah, we live in a physical world. I am an entity that consumes calorie of energies in order to live. I need to go work. either toil the fields directly and make the food, or we have an advanced economy where we have division of labor, and I make the machinery equipment that goes into that farm tractor that makes the food that the farmer gets. Either one, it's based in reality. But this shit, sorry, ladies, where you girls and some guys, but you girls, man, do you major in the dumbest fucking wastes of time? Majoring in journalism, sociology? Look, if you just don't want to work, just go collect welfare. Stop it with the pomp and circumstance of going to college and getting some bullshit degree. Save that money for some engineers or garbage men or I don't know, road workers. But yeah, the question is, who is the red pill dangerous for long term in society? The red pill is never dangerous for the individual who lives and abides by reality. Like, I stand a much better chance of surviving a collapse of the United States because I'm accepting reality. Take some Adderall horking soy boy Democrat vote. I mean, take Vaush, take his parents' money away. Seriously, I mean, take his parents' money away. Take away the internet. Well, you think Vaush is going to make it 2 weeks in a Mad Max world? I live in reality. He lives in like free money. Yay. Yeah. And there's going to be, even, let's say, through some reason, collapse comes and there's some communists that manage to breed. Their children are going to have to abide by reality. It's like, that's great. Thanks for the copy of Das Kapital, Dad. Where's the fucking food? The red pill will always win in the end because it's reality. Reality always wins in the end. Nature always wins in the end. It's whether humans realize they're not more powerful than nature and they better abide by fucking nature. And so to get to your overall point, the truth is never dangerous for the individual. The truth is never dangerous for society. The truth is the truth. The red pill is the red pill. You can accept that or not. If you don't accept it, you're going to pay a price, either in a lesser life and not having life kind of kowtow to your expectations of what it's supposed to be, or in some extreme examples, you can't handle the truth and you decide to remove yourself from society, which is exceptionally rare. But no, and I'll tell you this. Here's another reason why I think I have it linked down below as sanity is the future of wealth. I really do mean that. Down the road, okay, fine, with money and technology, and let's say we have our little UBI utopia or something like it won't work, but let's just go down. Dude, right now, the wealthiest people are the people who are sane and take the red pill. Lizzo makes way more money than me, right? Right? Lizzo makes a shit ton more money than me. She's not happy. I don't look happy, but I'm more happy than she is. I don't make anywhere near the amount of money. You know why? Because I don't believe that if I can be a big fat fucking pig, I'm amazing and beautiful. She doesn't believe that horse shit. I mean, she does, then she's expecting what? Some rich guy to go marry? What the fuck? Now she's losing weight in defense of Lizzo, in defense of her. So maybe she adhered to the red pill a little bit. But yeah, I mean, look at all the people that get all the free government money in the world. Do they look happy to you? You know, like they're not rioting and protesting. I'm trying to think where's a wealthy community. Was Peachtree? Is that a nice area of Atlanta? I don't know why I picked Atlanta. They don't riot and protest there. I mean, they pay a lot of taxes, but they don't think because they got jobs. They're abiding by reality. It's the trailer trash meth head in Wyoming, a single mom of six. Look at that. All the money in the world. You get a benefit of all the money in the world, and you're still fucking miserable because you don't live in reality. So, is red pill knowledge dangerous? No, not for people who live in the real world, not for the individual. For people who want to live a lie, yes, but it won't kill you. It'll just annoy you and make your life miserable. But for some people, it is. Used to be perplexed about individuals who have such a negative opinion about humanity. Well, if humanity or that culture you're in is shit, then you should hate them. I don't know. You show me where Americans have been nice and kind and honorable and had ethics and, treated their fellow man well. I don't see it. I would have thought that such a person have had some kind of mental illness and belonged in a psych ward if you're a misanthrope. Ba, 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 ba. Went through the rage, but over time, listening went from a negative view of women to a negative view of humanity. Yes, and my next step for you to be is to let go of the anger and not necessarily rage at. You can hate humanity, but you don't rage at it. You don't let it consume you or let it lessen your life. You accept most people are stupid. You accept most people are evil. You accept Operation Evil. Like, I have no problems fucking people over, right? Like I said, I wish I did Oprah. I wish I came up with the most horrendous lies that fucked over women and destroyed their lives and ruined their love lives and made billions of dollars, because women aren't going to listen to anything but lies. I wish I was like a college professor where, oh, yeah, follow your heart and the money will follow. If you, oh, yeah, free shit. Just, pay the $400 of credit and buy my $300 textbook because the previous, years is obsolete now. Oh, yeah, if I had gone through it before, I would have been evil, especially in an evil country. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Oddly enough, here we are doing good, speaking truth. Um, but I would, and I had to go through this journey myself. You need to stoically accept this is the culture you were born in. The people are shit. They've treated you like shit, but now you know. And in a certain way, if you're looking for vengeance, God, there's nothing worse. There's no worse vengeance upon Americans than them being Americans. What the fuck do you got? Fat, unfuckable members of the opposite sex, too lazy and too doped up on drugs and fat food. You don't get exercise. You don't go out and live. You're all miserable. I mean, it's wonderful watching Americans punish themselves with their avoidance of hard work and avoiding the truth. It's wonderful. But you can't get angry at them. Right? No matter what they did to you in the past. All right, fine. Now you learn, and now you know not to fuck with people, not to bother with people. Don't invest with people. No. And now you just get to enjoy the show, man. Enjoy the decline. Watch all these people fuck themselves over. But you personally, and then this is where, and I think the passport bros and where the red pill turns productive. Okay. This is where I think the red pill is not dangerous, but almost a lifesaver. Like, hey, don't get married. Just avoid a nightmare like that. You can still fall in love, still have a girl, still have a family. You just don't get married. We're making lots of progress. You yourself said this. You're an example of it, but it was Thinking Ape who pointed out, like, red pill rage is going to go away because you guys weren't lied to as much. You've had the red pill. I'm presuming you're younger. In my day, girls stood you up. You thought, what the fuck is wrong with me? What did I do? Another girl stood you up. You started taking it very personal. Like, why did I? It's like, no, girls just be flighty bitches. That's it. But they were that way too back in the 90s, yes, and the 80s. That's how old Cappy is. You don't get that rage. You got the explanation online, so there's tremendous progress. The fact you were wandering in the desert for 15, 20 years, like, what the fuck's going on? What did I do? You don't have that horrible experience of being confused for 15 years. Like, what the fuck did I, how did, oh, what if it's not me? So there's tremendous progress there. I just had a client 2 videos ago. Majored in the right thing, makes $166,000 a year. He's 35, got $1.1 million in the bank. You start making decisions based in reality. A lot of men are dropped. They're not even going to college, not because they're stupid, because they realize it's not worth their time. Men are saving their money. They're not getting girls pregnant, although a lot of girls aren't getting pregnant either. Teen pregnancy is going down. God bless you, girls, for that. The you To answer even your question right now, is red pill knowledge dangerous? You see where even if society chooses to go down the blue pill path and red pill abandon the blue pill people, within the red pill community, there's been tremendous progress. Men aren't confused anymore. Men aren't going to college for stupid degrees anymore. They're not going into debt. Men are majoring in the right things or trades, or they're just living at home. They're not wasting their time trying to impress girls or all that other stuff. They're saving the money on rent. They're buying property. Like, oh, should I travel a little bit more? It's almost been a renaissance, an intellectual renaissance. Where we're like, whoa, putting the brakes on this. And I've said it before, never again are men ever going to be confused. about women as the baby boomers were, and to a lesser extent, Gen X. But the baby boomer men, man, could you imagine all of them getting divorced and just getting blindsided? Yet still holding on to traditionalism, like playing by those rules, not realizing their women arms raced up with feminism and the divorce courts and all that. You'll never, ever have to suffer like that again. And now also, we're expanding our horizons. You're like, well, I still want to get married, and you got the passport bros. Well, I'll find a traditional wife overseas. Higher chances, maybe I won't, but there's higher chances. Oh, what is overseas? Are there other cultures? Do they, look at Dre. Dre's over in the Middle East or Asia. I forget, Dre, where you're at. He likes it over there more. Now, do they have all the amenities and Walmart and fattening foods? No. But the people treat him nicer. They may not be making a statue in his honor, but the people are nicer and better. And he probably feels like he belongs to that community more over there, even though he stands like a Thor son. He's a big, tall, black dude. But he's just happy to be treated better. Not worship, just treated better. And so I think a lot of red pill people are going, it's Andrew Henderson. Go where you're treated best. Go where your money's treated best. And so if anything, that confusion, like, what am I doing wrong? Why is society not accepting me? Why am I not succeeding in this society? This society is evil, dysfunctional, fuck in the head, and asshole. Fuck these people. It's middle school. It never ended. That's why you're driving yourself insane. You're trying to still be popular in an adult version of middle school. It's all vain, stupid, and bullshit. So, yeah, the red pill is, look, it's not the red, it's just the truth. That's it, man. It's just the truth. And at minimum, it'll grant you sanity. And that's why I have linked down below, sanity is the future of wealth. There you go. All right. Now I can go to running my errands here after these super chats. Bob, $5. What makes you atheist or agnostic? I'm agnostic. There might be a God I don't know. I'm the only non-believer in my family. I want to believe in God. I just don't. Oh, no, I desperately would love to believe in religion. But I've seen it now, all these different religions. And it's like, look, y'all start. I want to see receipts, man. Perform a miracle for me. You better show me your God's it. Otherwise, but you understand, according to our self-circular referencing material and scriptures, I don't care. Prove it to me. So, it goes beyond whatever organized or structured religion might be. But yeah, how the hell did the universe get here? There was a big bang. What happened before the big bang? It was a really big bang. Yeah, what happened before it? Why are the laws of physics like this and not the reverse? Big bang indeed. Huge bang. Yeah, but what? Fucking never mind. Christoph Anon, $5. Everyone taking the red pill requires everyone to stop lying to themselves. Results would be hilarious and dangerous. It'd be dangerous for this current system that is not sustainable anyway. It would be like, hey, can you dipshits come off the top deck and start plugging holes here in the Titanic? That's literally what it is. And the people up on the top deck, oh my God, the patriarchy racism. Get the platinum dildo out of your ass, sweetheart. Stop majoring in journalism and come down here and fix this fucking car. Fuck it. I'd rather see the society collapse anyway. No, I'm invested in it too much. It needs to collapse now. I've invested way too much on it, on you guys doing your thing that you're going to do. Christoph, $2. The West will collapse. The rest of us will watch. Yes. Like, really, do you even consider yourselves part of the West anymore? I'm not some dick in my hand, jersey wearing dude, bro, with a car loan for an SUV and 2 divorces under his belt. I'm just not Western. I'm not modern day Western. I'm the hated Western, the old school. Not to sound, who was it? Was it Mulholland Drive? There was the quiet guy that when push came to shove, all of a sudden he was the gunslinger. You're like, oh shit. I think it was Russell Crowe's character, where it's like, okay, he cracked. I'm old school. Nope, we'll just wait. You guys, This line is crossed, though. Just some guy. It's Vosh, not Vaush. Vosh. Vaush. Vosh. The pussy whose rich parents paid him to exist, who now makes money selling free shit, the idea of free shit on it. That guy, him, okay? A literal advocate of parasitism. That guy. It doesn't matter. It's his ideas, not how his name is pronounced. Hey, Juan the Aztec Patriarch, $2. Hope all is well, Cappy. We should do a hike. Well, I'm coming out to Vegas this winter again. So if you can make the trip, well, your kids are still young enough, and you kind of got to watch over them, right? I mean, they'll go, what, 4 hours without setting the house on fire? That's how another way to age your kids. How many hours? 4. Oh, he's like 12 or 13. Go a whole day. Oh, you got a 16-year-old without setting the house on fire. Okay. Yeah, come on out. You know where I'm at. Shark Taz. Everyone subscribe to his channel. $10. Facts cannot be altered by a wish, but they can destroy the wisher. Yes. Good quote. Judge the individual and learn to enjoy your solitude. Hope all is well, Cappy. Yeah, after a while, like what percentage, there's another way to look at humanity. What percentage of humanity is just like wishing instead of abiding by reality? I just don't have time for that shit, man. I don't. I don't have time for people like, dude, I got shit going on where there are other people in my life and I'm looking at them. I'm like, fucking hell. And I've had to have conversations with people like, I'm not bailing you out. I'm not helping you. This is your fucking shit you all got to deal with. Like, and it almost like, why are you telling me this? You think I'm going to do something about it? That's interesting. Cool story, bro. Good talk. Judge the individual and learn to enjoy your solitude. Hope all is well, Cappy. It's getting there. Florida Henry, $5. Grew up Gen X, and I watched a few honorable boomer men get absolutely destroyed by women, and they were so confused. Right. Dude, I know some men, obviously older men, boomer men, 3 divorces, and they don't know what happened. They didn't have the internet. Look, here's the stages, okay? You're lied to. The blue pill stage. The event happens, whether you didn't get a job after college, you get divorced, da. Then you discover the red pill. You found out you were lied to this entire time. You go through the rage, right? And then you get to acceptance, and then you make pragmatic decisions and maybe even capitalize and profit from blue pill normie conformies inferiors. Baby boomer men are still stuck in the confusion stage. I mean, their lives are almost over, but they never got to the realization of reality and then the rage and then acceptance and moving on and actual progress. They're still confused. What was Rolo talking about? He's targeting older men. I gotta hit him up. I think him and Mike were talking about older men who like they're not into the nightclub scene and stuff like that. But yeah, no, I do not. I mean, I have no respect for the boomer generation as a whole. But boy, did you boomer guys just get, I mean, you got blindsided. You're just driving on a beautiful Sunday drive and a fucking semi truck ran the stop sign and hit you 3 times in some instances. I don't envy them. I feel bad. I feel horrible for them. All right. Link below is Sanity is the Future of Wealth. Look up A World Without Men, an analysis of an all-female economy. And then, I don't know. I'm not going to link to it. I got shit to do. It's already 1 o'clock. All right. I'll see you guys later. Toodles.